Imagine transforming your Tableau dashboards into powerful web applications. Yes, that is possible, and that too in a very simple way. Today, I'm going to share with you Tableau JavaScript API, which lets you transform your simple Tableau dashboards into full powered web applications, which can be as complex as you want. And this can be done in a very simple way. Tableau does all the heavy lifting. You don't have to set up any server or backend resources. You just have to play around with JavaScript, and it can turn into beautiful, complex, full of capability web application. And that brings a whole lot of new possibilities. Sounds exciting? Let's get started. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Tech with Web. So, whether you are a fresher or a young professional or have years of experience in Tableau with mid or senior level position, this video is for you. And this Tableau JavaScript API is going to help boost your productivity. It will take your Tableau dashboards to next level. It will increase your capability to have more use cases in your Tableau ecosystem and hence impress your stakeholders, your clients, or your manager. So stick around and I'll take you through the overview of Tableau JavaScript API, how it fits in the Tableau ecosystem, and I'll share some of my personal use cases where I have used Tableau JavaScript API and have expanded my capability of taking new use cases into Tableau ecosystem and impress stakeholders and managers. That has given me endless benefits. So what is Tableau JavaScript API? It is simply a JavaScript library that is developed by Tableau and is freely available to use. Using this JavaScript library, you can interact with your Tableau dashboard in any way possible. So imagine whatever you or an end user can do with the Tableau dashboard, like navigating through different views, clicking on a filter, selecting some marks, downloading a dataset or a PDF. All that thing can be done programmatically. And when programming comes in, when you have your JavaScript at your hand to play with it, the possibilities are endless. So let's get started with some of the key features that Tableau JavaScript API offers. So number one is embedding the visualization. So in Tableau, everything is a visualization, right? So when you're using Tableau JavaScript API, everything starts with a visualization. That's the starting point. So you embed a visualization in a web app, and then you can do all sort of programming and feature capabilities on top of it. Tableau JavaScript API lets you easily embed the visualization with just few lines of code, and that brings the visualization right at the center of your web app. And this brings to number two, which is dynamic loading and resizing. So now that you have the visualization in your web app, you can dynamically load different visualizations when required. Let's say you click on a button and then a visualization comes up and it goes away. Another visualization comes up. You can resize your visualization. So maybe one visualization goes on the side as a small visualization and a larger visualization comes up with more in-depth detail. So all that is possible. And the next thing that Tableau JavaScript API offers is filtering and parameter control. So now that you have visualization, you have embedded it, you have resized it, what's next is you can interact with it. You can programmatically control the filters on visualization. So you can over the time change filters so that your visualization changes in a set interval, or you can dynamically change parameters. You can programmatically change level of filters. So let's say if someone selects car category as Audi, you make it that the second filter automatically changes to maybe some variant, or depending upon who is logged in, who the user is. So you offer them just a set of filters, and there's endless possibilities when you have JavaScript or programming at your tools. And the next thing that Tableau JavaScript API offers is user interactivity. So you have your visualization, you're interacting with different filters and parameters. Next thing is within the visualization, you select the marks, or you do some user interactivity like hovering over a point or something like that. And then based on those selection or hovering, you can take next steps. And this brings us to point number 5, that is exporting visualizations. So yes, now that you have everything controlled and you've played around programmatically with it, next thing is that end user wants to export a visualization, and JavaScript API lets you do that programmatically. What that means is that you can create your own custom way of exporting. You can control the data that's getting exported. You can control the format in which it is getting exported. You can export and email it to users, and you can do anything because you have now converted it into a web application. And again, more use cases, more programmatic control, and that's the beauty of JavaScript API. So using all these 5 different features, you can imagine how you can deliver Tableau dashboards in a very different way with complex logics, with very simple user interaction. You can enhance user interactivity and user experience, and this outshines your Tableau ecosystem or your Tableau deliverables. Now let's talk about some real world use cases where I have personally used Tableau JavaScript API in delivering some of my professional deliveries. So the first one is I call it dynamic monitor, wherein the requirement was that I have to animate the visualization through different filters. This was required as part of a large screen display where this dynamic or animated visualization was to be showcased for an event. And just thinking out of the box, I landed up to JavaScript API, learned about it, used it, and the result was amazing. The stakeholders and client were highly impressed with the capability, and this was like they have never seen this before or never imagined this. Nothing like this was delivered. So it really gave me good visibility in my team. And of course, the end result was really good. It was beyond the expectation of the stakeholders, and it really stood out. The second use case that I wanted to share is about the new sticker feature that I implemented. So again, there was a requirement where for financial dashboard, the client wanted to have the KPIs and high-level figures running down the screen as new sticker, and they wanted to have that in their meeting room where they meet with the clients or discuss high-level figures. And this was more for a board of member where CEOs, CFOs meet and discuss things. So I tried different things and then finally landed to making use of Tableau JavaScript API, where JS API lets me pull data from a Tableau dashboard, and using that data, I just tried to show it as a new sticker where it was scrolling text from left to right and showing KPIs and high-level figures as you see in a news channel. These were just a few examples from all the possible use cases that I've covered with JavaScript API. It has really provided me edge and has expanded my horizon of thinking, has taken our Tableau capabilities out of the box. And I hope by seeing these examples, you can imagine that you can be as creative as possible. You can combine with other JavaScript libraries and do endless possible things. You can use HTML and CSS to provide a completely different level of user interactivity and user experience, and deliver data solution that is at next level and impress your stakeholders and managers. I hope this excites you and will expand your horizon of creativity. In the next video, I'll take you through hands-on steps on how to use JavaScript API. It's dead simple. Anyone can use it. You don't have to be a hardcore programmer for that. And I'll walk you through how I have used JavaScript API in building live monitor and new sticker, and I'll show you the live working example of it. I've made it in a way that you can, with few clicks, replicate it onto your machine and use it with your dashboard in your use case. So hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you get notified and don't miss out my next video. And let me know in the comment below which feature you are most excited to try out. And if you have any specific use case that you want to cover in JavaScript API, let me know. I would love to hear that. And if required, I would love to support that. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Goodbye.